Hey everyone, it's getting so close to Christmas. I'm getting really excited, but also I had to work really hard this week to get some stuff done, and I'm gonna have to keep working hard for the next 9 days until Christmas. So let me go through the projects I did this week. I have 7 projects to share with you. Some of these I did already show. First up is the mini embroidery hoops. The designs are from Kimberbell. But then I put more of them in the hoop, and my daughter wanted to add some crystals. So we added some crystals to the little sewing machine. I did the little rainbow and I put that in a hoop. And what else? This one I put in a hoop. And I did this one and put it with a keychain. I think that one's really fun. The ombre effect of the triangles. I like that one a lot. And then I think I already showed that guy. That one's not in a hoop. And that one's not in a hoop. And then these two are not in a hoop. So there's 12 designs total, 3 for each shape of hoop that came with the latest Season of Gifting Bella box. And then update on my countdown to Christmas pillow. I was able to save the one that I tore the piping off, that I was really upset about last week. I was able to restitch it. It's definitely not as neat as it was. And there's stitches showing here, and it's not as good actually, and I can see that the piping isn't trying to come out even more, even though I sewed it many times. But it's still gonna look good sitting on my chair and counting down to Christmas. And for the second one, I realized I could just place a piece of cutaway stabilizer behind it in order to do the white on the candy cane. So I finished that one. I'm just not sure what I'm gonna do with that. I'll probably put that away for next year. And then one thing that I was rushing to do the 2 pairs of these really cute fox slippers from the Crochet Slippers book by Ira Rott, which I absolutely love. I've made a whole bunch for my own kids, and then I had an order to make a pair for a 3-year-old with a matching pair for a 1-year-old. So I did the kids small for the 3-year-old ones, and then what I did was I did the kids small but with a much smaller hook for the 1-year-old size. So I'm actually really cautiously optimistic, hopeful about the sizes that those are going to work out, because it's one and a 3-year-old, 1 and 3-year-old boys, but they're both small for their age. So I actually think those are going to work out really great. And then I did a little bit of hot glue on the bottom, not enough that you'd be able to feel it when you're walking, because these have double thick soles, but enough so that they're not going to slip, especially for toddlers. I figured they need a little bit of non-stick on the bottom. And then I did work on very briefly, I worked on the football team Afghan. So I've got a little bit of the green started there. So that's me eating an elephant 1 bite at a time. So I did a little bit of that, and then I did tons of stitching. I haven't added up how much stitching this terrifying tower is in total, but I got all the pieces except for the very bottom finished. So there's all these different sides and roof, and then this is the top, the 3rd story, and then there's these totally freestanding lace sides, these eaves, if you will. Then there's another roof, and there's a back of the 2nd story, I believe, and the front of the 2nd story, and the side of the 2nd story, and some more freestanding lace eaves, a couple more of those. And then this is like I think this goes like this, and it's a little balcony above the front door possibly. And then there's a couple big roof pieces. And then this is the front door that will stick out. And yeah, and then there's a couple other pieces too. And then this is the back of the 1st floor. So that was tons of stitching. I haven't added up how many stitches that is altogether, but it's a couple 100,000 at least. So lots and lots of stitching. And I don't want to, I'm going to assemble that while my girl is at school so that she doesn't see it ahead of time. I still might give it to her before Christmas, but I don't want her to see it until it's totally assembled. I've got to dissolve the stabilizer still. It's got that wash away stabilizer on the edges. I've got to dissolve that, and I've got to then figure out the assembly. And you use a alligator clamp to grab these little tabs and pull them through the holes. So that'll be fun. I haven't done a project like that before. That's new to me. A lady in my church congregation asked me to make her a black headband similar to one I'd already given her last year sometime that was purple, but she wanted a black one. So I did that on my knitting machine that you can see in the background there. The pink and white one, the Sentro, is a 40 pin. So I did that on the 40 pin. And then I didn't use any waste yarn. I just cinched the ends together and sewed them together to make a really quick and cute headband. And last but not least, I did actually work on my koalas quilt briefly this week. Although it's not a Christmas project, I did justify a little bit of time working on it. And I did my gray koala. So the gray koala is all done. And I'm currently working on another baptism blanket like the one I did before. So I've got that, I'm actually stitching out just a sample to see if the lettering is what I want before I do it on the actual blanket. And the actual blanket is really, really, really extra long fur, fake fur. So I wanted to do some extra thick block letters so you can actually see the letters from the coming up from the fur. So it's gonna possibly take some testing, and I might do it a little bit differently than I've done the other ones, but I'm gonna make sure it's perfect for his baptism this afternoon. As always, thank you so much for watching, and please like and subscribe, share a comment, and I will read your comments and answer. And I can't wait to see you again next week. Merry Christmas.